Hello from 2E0 VOV. It's a long time since we've done a video, but it's a small project for somebody if they feel they want to do something a bit more modern. Using your Raspberry Pi for transmitting on the HF band's WSPR. So weak signal propagation reporter. If you've got an old Raspberry Pi knocking around, there's plenty of videos about how you can use it, and I found the most simple way to operate it is on a program called TAPR, which is Tango Alpha Papa Romeo. TAPR. If you look at the website, go on Google, look it up, you'll find that there's a manual about how you can download the software and flash it to your Pi, and it runs as a little beacon with a little booster board they put on the top. Well, I've made my own board. It really is plug and play. It's very simple, very few components, ever so easy to set up. So I just thought I'd quickly show you how I've done it, and I've made mine multi-band, so I can plug in filters to suit any band that I'm particularly interested in. So you can see it's been built on the Vero board. Simple, very simple and limited number of components. Mine is completely as per their diagram, circuit diagrams, with the exception of having these header pins here, or sockets here, to allow me to plug in any particular filter band I'm interested in, which I'm using some of these lovely little things here made by QRP Labs. Fantastic build quality. I've used them on other projects. This one particularly, as you can see, I've made up for 17 meters, and just plugs in on the socket of the on top of the actual board. So you plug that in and away you go. So there we are. So this is what it looks like, my particular build. Got the push to kill the transmitter and shut the Pi down. Little LED telling me when it's going to transmit, or when it's transmitting I should say. You set up your bias on your variable resistor, and for me the modification, one of the small modifications I've made, is I've put myself in a nice little takeoff point there for setting up the bias. You set it once, job's done. I've set mine at 30 milliamps and just left it alone, regardless of what band it's on. It's been going for months. I've been using it great. I've built two of these. I run them back to back so I can do an A versus B on various antennas. So very simple little thing. Very few components. Some of it's recycled. For one thing, there's a socket, SMA antenna socket, that's recycled, so I could run a little adapter there. As you can see, there's very few components going on here. That's just nothing more than a tap washer glued on there. I'll show you for why in a moment. And we've got the 40-pin header to fit straight onto the Raspberry Pi. The only electrical modification for me is putting the small capacitor across the bottom of the two pins on the variable resistor, because I found I was getting some very minor hum, so that was my solution, small capacitor across there. Other than that, it's TAPR designed circuit and works very well. There we go, so down in position on the header, so straight on top of the Pi. It's now one unit. You can see the reason of the little rubber there, the little tap washer there, just helps it support the board. So when it's on the board, everything is nice and flush and sits level. You plug it in the power and away it goes. It just starts tweeting away on WSPR. Very simple little project, but keeps the radio of the station free for other uses. Uses very minimal amount of power, which of course is quite important at the moment with the price of energy. Anyway, 7.3 for now. Hope you enjoyed seeing the project. 2E0 VOV.